My fiance, Anfisa, is 20 years old. She's from Moscow, Russia. When I told her that I wasn't gonna buy her the purse, she hasn't returned my calls.
Wait, does she really want out of my uncle?
If I was ugly and fat, would you be dating me?
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if someone who was a ultimate simp and lied met up with an honest gold digger? That's right, you'd get Jorge and Anfisa from 90 Day Fiance, a couple who I've just discovered. And if you're wondering why my voice is so low, it's because I'm sick. I also have the fever, so I am burning my ass up right now. This should be fun. Anyway, I know my voice is a bit sexy, but you know what's sexier? Anfisa and a fake boobs.
Hey, Fernand, my eyes are up here.
I'm looking at your spear.
Sorry, that's exactly what happened when I watched this show. I watched a gold digger and a overly pudgy man meet up, and I thought to myself, what a wonderful world this would be if this even looked like it was chemistry from the start. But just like most 90 Day Fiance things, it's not. The chemistry is off from the get-go, and I'm left wondering throughout the whole show how they managed to even get that far, as opposed to how they even connected in the first place. It's actually, more interesting that they managed to get so far. And honestly, I didn't know there were this many couples that were that crazy. I thought Colt was bad. I thought Big Ed was bad. Daniel Muhammad. I don't know how come America keeps finding these people. I'm not sure what it is about dating that makes people get so crazy. But every time I watch 90 Day Fiance, I find myself rejoicing a little more at the fact that I haven't settled. Because if I did, I might end up on the show. If you'd like to marry me though, you can't. When I'm watching these clips and doing research of 90 Day Fiance videos, sometimes I need a little distraction and maybe a little mental reset. A really mental reset, like, you know, hospital. That leads me to mentioning today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a massive RPG with awesome visuals, champions, and bosses like you've never seen before. Today I'd like to tell you about mythical champions in Raid Shadow Legends. They're basically two champions in one. Change between forms with unique metamorph skills. There are many examples of changing forms with unique metamorph skills. Take me for example. Some days I'm an absolute 10 out of 10 catch, and other days I look like I live in the local quarry. But unlike me, the mythical champions in Raid are far easier to summon up using red primal shards in the portal. Me, on the other hand, I might need some Vaseline on my face. Like a lot. A mythical champ's two forms both use the same artifacts, accessories, masteries, and blessings, and they're the most versatile champ ever seen in Raid. New players can get their hands on one of the best epic champions, Stag Knight, plus a skin designed by JonTron by using the code JTSkin by October the 7th. As a bonus, if you log into Raid on 7 different days between now and October 23rd, you'll get the legendary champion, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, for free. Right now, use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get awesome bonuses like the epic champion Knight Errant and all these goodies to make your game just that much easier. By the way, please subscribe. I'm dying, as you can see. Dying goal is to have more subscribers. I don't know why I like working sick. I just find it funny. When I look back, I'm like, remember when I had the flu? Also, join me at sixteenleo_. That way you could message me and tell me about my voice. Thank you. All right, let's start the series. This is absolutely wild. If you haven't seen them before, they're a mess from the get-go. I want to explore why maybe being a simp and actually falling in lust is different than falling in love. Very, very intricate thing. I also want to talk about codependency in relationships and how these two actually have a codependency on each other, and it sort of shows as the show goes on. So let's take a look.
My name's George. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from Los Angeles.
Shut up. Nobody spells George with a J. Come on, that's like spelling Jimmy with a G. He's a liar already. Nobody spells George Jorge. Have you ever heard George of the Jungle? Jorge off the jungle. Watch out for that tree. Maybe you smoking a couple trees. I get that he's a Latino or of some Latin culture type beat, but no, that's Jorge. Don't even lie to me.
I'm an entrepreneur in the medical marijuana industry, growing and providing medicine to patients. I've designed a bag.
Like when he said he was from LA, I was like, okay, he's either an actor, a waiter, or he sells weed. I was like, those are the only 3 options you got from LA, and he's one of them. Or maybe Uber driver. He could be both. I don't know. But he sells, he's a legal weed dealer. Congratulations, bro. What a job.
My past relationships were terrible. A lot of the American women are feminist.
Nice. That's a good way. Within 30 seconds, we know his name is George with a J. He deals legal weed and he hates feminists. As usual, just a great opening to 90 Day Fiance. What a catch this man is. What a catch. And physically, he looks like he could, maybe lose a few pounds. So that's good.
Women should depend on the man, but not try to compete.
Yeah, I mean, we're in 2023, guys. Women shouldn't compete with men. That's why they have Olympics for men and women's. And also they have sports for men and women's. Poor George, I forgot his name. George is right. Women should stay where they belong, in the kitchen.
I pretty much gave up on finding true love until I found Anfisa. My fiance, Anfisa, is 20 years old. She's from Moscow, Russia. We met on Facebook.
I mean, I'm 53 seconds into this. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work. Dude, are you serious? I gave up on true love and then I found Anfisa. She's from Moscow and she's posing in what looks like an upper class window in her lingerie. Are you secure enough in yourself at this very moment, George, to be okay with that? Besides looking at an IG model and being like, oh, damn, she's fine. Are you secure enough to have a relationship with everything else that comes with that? If you were to date a model, would you be secure enough if they were around other people doing modeling gigs? Because if you are, that's fine. It's fine. But George, I hate to break it to you. This is not true love. This is you looking at some ass and some titties and being like, I want to own that. I don't think it's gonna work out for you, man.
I seen a picture of her and I just fell in love.
That's wrong. That's wrong. See, okay, you don't fall in love with a picture, you fall in lust with a picture. But the thing with a picture is it's not a moving thing, and a human is a moving thing. Also, believe it or not, when you fall in love, it's much deeper than looking at someone and being like, I was in love from first sight. That's a very nice concept, but you have to get to know someone to be in love with them. But you can definitely love the way that ass moves. And George, I have seen it many times. I've fallen in love with a couple asses myself. And I don't mean donkeys, George.
I didn't get anything back for, the first 10 messages that I sent to her.
Then you should have stopped, motherfucker. Then respectfully, you should have just absolutely 10 messages in and you got nothing. And this is the love of your life. You know what they say, if it's worth trying for, it's probably worth having. Unless it's more than 10 messages, then you fucked up, George. That's a quote from the Bible, probably. Seriously? 10 messages in, you're still trying? That's love.
When I pulled up to the place, I just couldn't believe my eyes. Like this gorgeous supermodel woman just standing in front of me, ready to go on a date with me.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, George. It already sounds like a one-sided relationship, doesn't it? Just from the sounds of him explaining how he fell in love. Imagine, how did you and Dad meet? Oh, Dad messaged me many times, then flew over to me and said I was beautiful, then tried to marry me. He just kept messaging me and he wore me down. That's your father. Do I love him? I'll tell you what, I love Gucci. And he loves coochie, so I guess we're okay.
Usually initial reaction when I show pictures of Anfisa is like, what is a girl like that doing with you?
Oh my God, he looks like Drake and Josh. If Josh ate Drake. Wow. Hey man, love is love. Love is blind, as they say. There's even a show about it on Netflix that sucks. What are you gonna do? Love is not lust, though, George. And it looks crazy, but you know what? Maybe I'm judging too fast. I don't know what she has to say, and I'd like to see what she has to say about George. How does she feel about this amazing, beautiful man? Maybe his personality, his warmth comes through.
So I told her that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her and that I wanted to marry her. Said yes, and everything's been perfect ever since.
Oh, well, me and that call me Timmy. You're gonna have to censor that. I guess I was wrong. He's in love, and they're kissing by everyone who kisses in Paris is really in love. That's why they have those locks. They lock their relationship. Remember when Shane and Natalie did it in Love is Blind? And then they had a horrible relationship? Forget that. They weren't in France. If you're in France, do as the French do. French kiss. Amazing. So everything's been perfect and I was wrong. I just want to go on record and say that. I was wrong.
Except arguments.
Ah.
But That just comes with the territory.
Right. It's kind of like The Notebook. If instead of Ryan Gosling, you had like Vince Vaughn, and then he ate like 200 pounds of mushrooms. And then instead of Rachel McAdams, you had Rachel Mishaklahuachivich. Is that okay? Can I say that? I don't know. And instead of like The Notebook, it was just like a notepad or blank paper or something like that. This would be that movie.
Our K1 visa just got approved, and I'm leaving to Russia in 3 days. They're finally bringing Anfisa home. Right now, we're in a little bit of a situation. She's being a little brat.
So this is the first time that we hear about George, and it's really funny, but it's also a huge indicator of how he deals with situations. She's being a little brat as opposed to the open communication that we'll later learn needs to be. She's being unreasonable. We're not communicating things well. We're not able to sort our issues out. It's a more realistic way of setting the scene, and something that George often underplays because he's so ready to simp for the titties with a face that he absolutely always does something else instead of facing the communication. And you know what? I feel like we should play a game. I shouldn't do this. Maybe I'll take a little mini shot every time there's an awkward silence or George buys something to make up for a problem that he should use communication to fix. Fuggerson. All right, let's go.
Instead of the purse, I might get her some jewelry. Yeah, looking for a gift for my fiance.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I'm looking for a gift for my fiance, and the lady's like, "Oh wow, you fiance? Not arranged? Wow. All right. I don't believe it, but anyway."
I bought her a lot of stuff. Jewelry, Tiffany, Louis Vuitton, 2 iPhones already.
Ooh, that sounds like a good relationship for George. I'm just gonna start calling him Whore George at some point, and you're gonna have to be okay with that. Look, Whore George, seriously, you've now explained to me you like her because of how she looks, and now you are giving her expensive presents, which she will come to expect from you because you're setting that precedence in the relationship. Once she gets accustomed to that lifestyle, you cannot change it, because if you do, then she can change her demeanor over you. So I love how you're putting yourself into a self-checkmate. It's like playing chess with yourself and still losing. Good work, George. Fantastic.
So are you engaged or are you...
Not officially, but we've pretty much already started planning for, you know,
The wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this gift is. Though I'm not engaged, but I'm pretty much starting to plan my wedding type gift. And she hands him like a bottle of vodka and a shotgun to shoot his nuts off, because that's the present that you want.
I'm a little worried that Anfisa is going to be a little unsatisfied with what I bring. Hopefully, she's just glad to see me.
I mean, she's not gonna be glad to see you because you literally said you bought her iPhones, you're buying her plane tickets, clothes, which she doesn't seem to wear, by the way, because I've seen more of her than I think I wanted to, by the way. Everything else. Like, you're getting gifts, you're already fighting. How is this a good relationship, George? Is this not you wanting to bang an IG thought? Is this not the lifestyle of a man who's trying to keep up with someone who physically, he's just not on the level of? I'll tell you what, George, apply yourself, lift some weights, lose some weight, get nice and physically strong, look good, be happy with yourself, and know your self-worth. You'll get some dimes, George. At least I think so. I don't know. I have no self-confidence.
How much do you think you spent on her?
Guess in the comments. Sub 50K, over 50K, 10K, 20K. What's your guess? I know the answer, so I can't help you. It's 70.
About $70,000.
And remember how he was like, it's 4 months? George, you told me you had a 6-figure income and you're spending high 5 figures on her. George, I hate to tell you this, but if I was your accountant, I'd wish I was on that submarine. Sorry.
There's a few things that Anfisa doesn't know about me, and I'm afraid to tell her.
I like how every video of her is just her like posing or staring at herself. He has not named one quality about her besides how physically attractive she is. If you had to ask George, what are the qualities that you love in this woman? He would say looks and then stare at you blankly.
Auga, boobies, boobies.
He has said 0 on her personality. I have yet to see her personality. I don't understand this. This is already shaping out to be a very bad situation. I'm not liking where this is going, man. man. But anyway, this is how they meet. 7-year age difference, 6-year, sorry. Not too bad. Now we have the pivotal scene of George meeting his sisters to tell them about his lovely bride-to-be.
This is my first time talking to Lourdes about being engaged.
Nah, I mean, I edited it to sound like that, but he really did say about being gay. He was saying engaged, but he missed the end part. So that was your fault.
And, you know, hearing that, it's like, you know, surprising.
Definitely.
Never would have thought it, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm to be honest.
Never would have thought it, to be honest.
My sentiments exactly, lady. Everyone who seems to hear George is getting engaged is like, really? To a woman? And she's alive. Is she real? Are you sure? All right. Well, that's good, I guess. I think he's lying.
Her pictures on Facebook look fake.
Yep, they really think that he's just not. They think that he's getting catfished because they're looking at him and they're like, George, you look like the Michelin Man. And she looks like she was trying to be Emily Ratachabalagalala, but couldn't. So, but even still, doesn't seem right.
You know, the day that I laid eyes on her was like beyond anything that I could have ever dreamed of. She's gorgeous.
That's fantastic. You've now said like she's pretty like 3 to 4 times. Guess what, George? So is a fucking Ferrari. If the Ferrari doesn't have wheels, you still can't drive it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Some shit looks really nice on the outside, but on the inside, it's the least gangster shit I've ever seen. I don't know about you, George, but yes, pretty and physical attraction, fantastic. But if that's the only quality that you're looking for, then you're probably not gonna find love. You're just, again, looking for lust. And it's just as much like the second one. Sometimes a person on the inside can be everything, but you're just not physically attracted, and that's sometimes the same. Like, yes, that might grow, but I would say you need a balance of both. I would like to say, George, if she was a beautiful person, if she could cook for you, if she took care of you when you were sick, if she knew how to make you laugh on your sad days, if she petted your back like a tortoise, weird tortoise, man tortoise, then maybe you could really say this is love. But right now, this is a fat man being like, look, I told you so. I told you I could get her. That's basically what it is.
I'm not going to be able to spend, you know, on high-end luxury items. Like, she asked me to buy her a Chanel purse.
It's like sometimes in relationships, you're so, you wear rose-colored glasses so much that you forget to take them off and actually see what everyone around you is seeing. You know what they say, you know, love is not just blind, it's colorblind. And you keep wearing these rose-tinted glasses, not realizing all you've ever said was that she's pretty and that she demands lots of things from you. For George, it's like, if we're trying to really look at his perspective, we're looking at him and being like, well, in very few cases does he ever get attraction from people of that like physical stature, and to him this is like a whole new world. But then you have to allow yourself to feel like you're worth more. I genuinely feel anyone could be attracted to anyone. You see, I'm telling you, Angelina Jolie got with this guy Billy Bob Thornton, and one of them is way hotter than the other. I'm sorry, Angelina, Billy Bob is the man. You know what I mean? Anyone could get with anyone. You just gotta be able to know your worth. And George doesn't know it. He places it on money, and he thinks if he keeps buying her shit, she'll somehow love him more. That is wrong, George. That is the worst way to go about things.
We both have that fear of the typical Russian mail order bride. What does she really want out of my uncle? What is she really coming out here?
Oh, that's your uncle? Well, Uncle George is fucked, man. I'm telling you, you better tell him, Uncle, you fucking this shit up, really. I'm sorry, Uncle, but like, get your shit together. Uncle gonna be homeless real soon.
Here for
That girl just wants to come here and just, she's just marrying you for your money.
You know,
She's just marrying you for your money. It's truth. You know why there's truth in that? Because George couldn't figure out any other ways to say anything. If you asked George, hey, can you give me examples of when she was kind, loving, nurturing to you? He'd say, yeah, when she spread her legs that one time. George, I'm gonna tell you what my friend told me. That coochie can't solve everything. It does solve many things, but it doesn't take care of you when you're sick. Maybe it does. That's what he said. It's his quote.
you know, overall, I think she's amazing. I'm about to leave to Russia, so I'm staying in a hotel near the airport.
Ah, okay, so it comes to the time for him to leave to Russia?
Huh?
Is he going to Russia to come get her and then they come to America? George, what are you doing, man? That's so convoluted. Why doesn't she come to America? What? I'm allergic to bullshit. George, you're paying too much.
Ever since Anfisa and I argued, when I told her that I wasn't gonna buy her the purse, she hasn't returned my calls.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Ooh, I saw his ass crack. That was bad. God, his name, her name on his phone is My Princess. What do you think? What do you think his name on her phone is? Fat, and then a hashtag 32. Fat 32. So this is the actual fight that we're sitting in. He's supposed to travel to Russia to see her, to get her and bring her back to America where she belongs. But she is fighting over the fact that she did not get the Chanel purse that she wanted. And he thinks this is a solid relationship. He is still somehow under the impression that this bitch is able to make him truly happy. I don't know. Do you feel sorry for him or not? Because, like, I do feel sorry for him. I feel for the fact that maybe he might have not had luck in love and he sees this as an opportunity. But at the same time, it's like you're trying to hold on to something that you're just not gonna get, bro. And this is not the right relationship. There's plenty of goals. There are definitely billions of lovely, beautiful women who are as gorgeous on the inside as they are on the outside. And you just didn't find one of them, George. You found something else.
I tried calling her. She erased my phone.
I don't get how she can do that.
Yeah, neither do I. Is she a Russian hacker? Oh my god, are you dating a hacker? Holy shit. What are you doing? George, maybe your information is compromised.
She has my Apple ID and password.
How, George? How does she possibly have your Apple ID and all of the other shit? Is she have access to your Apple wallet? Are you in debt? Did you ever check? Oh my god, George, you're getting catfished.
So with that information, you can wirelessly erase the content on the phone. I don't know what her problem is right now.
George, are you bullshitting me right now? Holy shit, you actually allow her to do this to your phone and this is a normal relationship, George. Remember, we're fighting over a Chanel purse. Chanel, when you don't get what you want, raise your partner's phone. That devolved really quickly. I can't believe this shit. This is like from some Tom Cruise movie. She didn't love me. I guess she raised my phone because she's a Russian hacker and this is Mission Impossible. And then he pulls off his mask and he's George and he just cries.
I'm resetting my phone. I don't think I've done anything to deserve the way that she's acting right now. She is a little bit controlling.
A little bit, you say, after erasing your phone, fighting over not getting a Chanel purse, and the fact that you are going to Russia to bring her back to America. A little controlling. George, you put the capital S in simp, okay? You might as well be called Homer, because you're a Simpson.
Oh, damn!
Oh yeah, she actually sent me an email saying I canceled your flight.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, I love the fact that he's laughing. Cancel my flight. She took my phone. I'm broke. I'm dying. She pulled the plug on my oxygen. Whoops. I'm in heaven now. Now I'm in hell. She transferred me. Damn it, George. What is wrong with you? Come on, dude. He's a good-looking dude. He's lovely. He looks nice. Damn it, George. Have some self-respect.
Wow. She actually just changed my password to the email. I don't understand her. You know, she obviously cares about material things and about money more than, you know, our relationship.
Okay, so if you know this, then leave. You're not so far. You're not in too deep, you know? You are not in so deep that if you leave right now, you have no kids, you have no ties to her, you're not married to her, she's not going to take anything if you leave. Besides a little bit of your sanity, and maybe you'll have blue balls for like a little bit. But honestly, after watching Avatar, balls being blue, kind of cool. Leave! Oh, God. Get out!
I was trying to call Anfisa, but it seems like she already went to sleep, or she's still mad at me. I'll try her again in a few hours.
Okay, so it seems like George got all of his information back somehow. The flight being canceled doesn't seem to bother him, and also he looks like he's laying in a coffin. But yeah, she's just mad at him, and this is somehow he's okay with this. He's all right with it. He's not fleeing, running for the hill. This is not too controlling. It's not too crazy, George. Okay.
She stopped returning my calls and she canceled my ticket. I'm sure it sounds crazy, but I'm still madly in love with her.
Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna get through this without this. I'm sure it sounds crazy, but after she canceled my flight and changed my password, erased my phone, got mad at me for not buying her a $10,000 purse, I love her. She really is a good person deep down, besides all the superficial shit. If you look inside of her fake titties, you might find a heart. You serious, dude? Really? No. That amount of mental strain in that short amount of time for that reason is a far cry from what you should be in a relationship. I cannot believe anybody is willing to stay with anyone after this is the fight. Are you kidding me?
I'll go to the moon.
You might fucking have to, George. You might, once she discovers moon rock is a precious commodity, you might have to travel. You might have to sit on that NASA flight and they'll have to invent a rocket that can propel fat asses into the air. Because honestly, dude, you're gonna have to get that moon rock to put on her finger once she discovers she likes it. I just hope you know that. So the next day, George is driving. She finally decides to contact George and he immediately pulls over, finds the nearest bench, because that's cute, and calls her.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
This is what love looks like. It's when you're holding your phone and you're like, hi. How are you? Are you okay? Why do you hate me? Chanel? It was just Channel. I don't know. I'll buy you the purse. George, have some self-respect, man.
Can you at least respond to me and tell me what's going on?
You ignore me. You ignore me.
Damn.
What the is that?
She said yes, and everything's been perfect ever since. What could I do to fix things?
What can you do to fix No, this is some bullshit. Fuck that shit. I don't understand what the hell. I don't know, man. I don't get it. George. Poor George. What are you doing? Why don't you smoke some of that product you've been selling? Maybe it'll get you a clearer mind, bro. What can I do to make it right? I'll tell you, run like Forrest Gump. Not only will you lose weight, but you gain clarity. That's a win-win for you. Do it.
It's been a week since Anfisa hung up on me.
So after 1 week, my boy returns and he's even stronger and danker than ever. Not only did he return, but he returned in a supercar, an Audi R8. Fantastic car if you're banging the hot bitches. Not really a good car if you have a family, but who needs a family when you have fake titties, right?
I really thought it was over.
You know what? Who needs fake titties when you have real titties? George, I looked at those things bounce. That's hotter than a strip club, my friend.
She told me that she's hopping on a flight, and I'm on my way to the airport to pick her up now.
Okay, so apparently in 1 week some shit happened. I don't know. We'll explore that later as to why things happen. Anfisa changes her mind all of a sudden and stuff. We'll try and get into some theories later, but like for whatever reason, she went from "you're annoying me, stop it" and hanging up to "I'm literally coming over to America." For some reason in George's mind, no red flags were ringing. He wasn't like, why is that? But I guess maybe she just had time to think. Either way, he's coming in an Audi R8 to pick that shouty up.
I think she wanted to build some suspense to not have me think that she was coming here and surprise me. She's crazy.
She's crazy. She's crazy. Motherfucker. You crazy. I don't know why your sisters are so nice to you. Maybe you need a brother to smack you upside the head and tell you what's wrong, man. You crazy. You're crazy. She's not worth it, George. You simp. Just for that sex? This is what this is? This is how tight, I'm just gonna say, this is how tight her coochie got you wrapped around her? Really? George, you should just get a hooker. Anyway. So then like a romantic movie, she comes through and she kisses him and everything is beautiful. Everything is like the movies all over again.
I'm Anfisa. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Moscow, Russia.
There you go. Finally, we get to meet Anfisa. She's 20, she's from Moscow, Russia, and hopefully one day she'll be able to move her eyebrows. We'll see.
Only with this.
Okay.
You'll carry everything else.
Okay.
I look good. My makeup.
You look beautiful.
Pretty much explains everything about her within the first 5 seconds. She comes in, she kisses him, she takes her flowers and makes him carry the rest. And the first question is, do I look good in my makeup? This does not give you everything you need to know. The shallow, vapid nature of their relationship based off of George spoiling her and giving her the attention that she deserves. Here, we can literally break down exactly what's gonna happen from this moment. I feel like I've watched enough of this to know fucking everything. This woman needs his attention because nobody else is gonna give it to her for that prolonged period of time because nobody established that connection. Anybody who probably did is too old. Like anybody who has money and is willing to spend it on her, too old. So she's not gonna go for them. Therefore, she becomes dependent on George and she doesn't even know it. George, on the other hand, knows he's a simp and knows that nobody else is giving him attention who is that quote unquote hot. So therefore, he is dependent on her love, quote unquote, even though she's just giving him attention. This relationship is based on two people feeding and giving each other attention while neither of them has chemistry or any actual love for each other. I think we can end the episode right there. She ain't even gotta ask, she did the dash and be the last. We're not going to, but that's exactly what this is. Two codependent people who are yet to discover how codependent they are. Fantastic.
Crazy. She's crazy. This is a big surprise.
What surprise?
You surprised me here today.
Wow, she does not look as nice as She looks like Pinocchio with the long nose and shit. Sorry, my tongue becomes loose when I drink Hennessy. I'm not sponsored by them, but I fucking wish I was.
Anfisa likes nice things and getting ready for her to come here. I just bought a new car and I think she's really gonna love it.
That's why you bought the R8? I was kind of wondering why you bought the R8. That's why? Because of her? Very nice. That's... George, let me tell you something. Unless that car has a big fucking mirror that stares right back at her, she's not going to enjoy the car. I just want you to know that.
Surprise! You like it?
No.
Ooh, wow, Jesus. That was honest and just magnificent. Do you like it? No. All right, I'll throw it away. I'll get a Chanel car, I guess. It's just a big bag and it has nice perfume in it.
Really? You could have done it earlier.
Sorry. Anfisa is beyond gorgeous.
That's great, George. I'm so glad you figured that shit out. Finally. I was just waiting for you to tell me how she looked, really. Also, this is what supercars actually do. They put the trunk in the front of the car and there's almost no space. It's more of a, aesthetic thing. So if you're ever actually going to buy groceries, you might be able to put one egg in the car. That's about it. Functionality.
One of the most amazing persons I've ever met.
What about kind, loving, all this?
Yes.
Yes. Kind, loving her tits. Kind of want to grab that ass. Patient. I make her a patient in my waiting room, That's pretty much all he can say. That is literally George's. I've not heard him say one single thing about her personality besides, yes.
I want to make everything perfect for her.
Ooh, awkward silence. Guess I have to drink to that. I want to make everything perfect for her. She doesn't even look at him. She's developed an expectation that George put... And, it's can you really even blame her at this point? If she said this is what you want and George, said, okay, this is what I'm willing to give you. You could be like, okay, she's a gold digger. And once we've established that, it's like, okay, so what? If she said what she want and George promised it to her, whose fault is that really? You know what I mean? I feel sorry for him, but if he told her, this is what you're gonna get, I'm gonna spoil you, treat you lavishly, put you up in the best houses, that. It's kind of not on her to be expecting that.
Are you happy that you're finally here?
Yeah.
Her pause before the S has the same energy as the steamed ham scene.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
Everybody that doubted our relationship is finally going to be able to see that she's for real.
Okay, George. Fantastic. You know what? You slayed the haters.
Slay your enemies, ruler of one of the realms of men!
Well, the haters who thought you were getting catfished by a woman who just wanted money, they're wrong. This woman is lovely. From her face to her titties. Just amazing, George. You were right. You proved all the haters wrong. Now you can go home in your R8 and live a lovely life that has nothing to do with material. Psych. Psych.
I can't wait to grow old with you, my love. Who wants to be old?
Yeah, okay. I might not even drink to that one, but there's another one for awkwardity. Like a simp. I can't wait to grow old with you, my love. Good, George. Is this the notebook or is this a notification?
Essentially, right now, I am living out of my suitcase.
Okay. Well, we're now brought to another problem caused by George. He's living through his suitcase in hotels. For some reason, he hasn't got an apartment. If you want to make a life with someone, you don't start with everything else. Ideally, it would be great if you were able and ready. This is how, relationships should work. I understand 70% of the time that's not how they work. But in an ideal relationship, hopefully you would be ready as a person to accommodate someone else coming into your life. It's not always the case. Sometimes it just happens, and that's fine. But at the same time, if you're doing the preparation mentally and also physically, it's good if you find a person you can accommodate for them. Then you don't have right place, wrong time type beat. You know what I mean?
I did have a house before, and I got robbed. There's a few things that Anfisa doesn't know about me. that make it a little bit hard to find an apartment.
So when they get to the hotel, George explains that he has a secret that he's been keeping. I think it's the fact that he has 2 penises. I don't know. You tell me.
What if I throw you in?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna go back to Russia.
Ooh, they have great chemistry. I love their chemistry. Don't you love when your partner is witty and you say something and they can retaliate like, hey, do you want to go in the pool? No. Oh, you. That's great.
Wow.
It's exciting to finally be in America. George and I have great chemistry.
Oh, you do you? If you were fucking Walter White and he was Jesse Pinkman, you wouldn't have good chemistry. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. This is the worst chemistry I think I've ever seen, ever. This is like someone who doesn't even speak the same language sitting next to someone who's trying to get directions to the nearest Pizza Hut.
I would like to be a model because I want to be famous. I want people to know me. I want people on the streets to know me.
Well, people do know you, just not for the reasons that you want.
To want to take a picture with me. So why you don't want me to do modeling?
You also have to be good looking for that. Sorry. Objectively speaking, you look like a pufferfish, but that's just the Hennessy talking. Hennessy, it brings out the truth.
Because I make enough money for the both of us.
Okay, so apparently Anfisa dreams of being a model and being the progressive man that George is. He doesn't want her working because he makes enough money for the bus of us, which I have no idea what that... A bus full of Anfisas? I don't know. But he doesn't want her walking. Why do you think men's don't want women's to walk? Why do you think men's don't want women's to be competitive? Is it maybe perhaps the insecurity of a man who does not want a woman to do better than him? Why? I fucking don't know. But George seems to have this 1920s mentality, so... I thought it would work out because Anfisa doesn't even want to walk, but now she wants to model, and that's going to really test the insecurity of George. So clap, clap. Once again, their relationship has been brought down by the lack of communication and foundation. Fantastic.
There has to be a limit.
Well, okay, what limit?
At least an allowance, every month.
Ooh, okay, so now we have a little negotiation. That's what every partner does. Hey, bitch, I'm sorry. Hey, love, how much monies do you want? I know you don't, I'm not gonna let you work because you might, hope you might do better and then find better, and I don't want that. So how much money do you want? I'm gonna treat you like a child and put you in my custody, bitch. That'll be good.
Anfisa comes off as a little bit too focused on money.
You think so, George? Do you think so? Do you maybe come out too focused on looks, do you think, perhaps? Maybe if we were to look at you as well, do you maybe think that, George? It's kind of shit that you're trying to control this woman. And I'm not saying, don't have some sort of plan here, but like, Jesus, it's pretty plain clear to see that if this woman somehow gets out of your control, you're not going to like it and not going to be okay with a lot of things that she does. And perhaps that's not a good sign of a strong relationship. If you don't have trust in your partner, ideally you want your partner to be like, hey honey, I'm going to a party with lots of male models. And then you're like, all right, bring me back a appletini. And hopefully she does, because you guys are such good partners that it doesn't bother you because you trust her. But does George really trust her? Can you trust a woman who wants $10,000 a month and it's not even alimony?
I'm hoping she'll grow out of that phase once we get married. A bag is gonna sit in the closet.
I love that thinking. I really like that thinking, George. I really like that. Maybe when we get married, things will get better. Maybe once I put this magic ring around her finger, all of the material shit will go. Maybe once I put a ring that'll cost thousands of dollars on her finger, she will say, I just don't care anymore about material. Also, the Russian accent, I'm dropping that and adopting the American one. Also, let me have your kids. Also, I'm kind. Also, these fake titties could be bigger. You like that, George? Yeah, this is what marriage does.
I don't have to stay here. I can go back to Russia if I don't want something.
What do you say when a open Goldigger makes a good point? She basically alluded to the fact that yes, she likes materialism, but you put out that image, and clearly you put out what you get in this world. If you're a person who's seeking someone who is gentle soul, this, that, and if you are that as well, you'll attract that. Someone will see that and be like, I like that. If you put out the fact that you're like popping bottles in the club, swinging your dick around, someone's gonna latch on like a helicopter. That's how it goes.
Do you not take us seriously? I'm here on Fiance visa. You didn't even propose.
So we can see a little crack in the relationship. Sorry, it's a big crack. The whole relationship is a piece of rubble. Yeah, there is a complete miscommunication in what people want. Somehow George thinks that she is going to grow out of this phase and become non-materialistic, be physically just head over heels for him and focus on all of the emotional support that he needs. And Anfisa thinks that he's going to be a billionaire. So both of them are wrong. But anyway, after that fantastic glimpse into their relationship, we see the next scene where George meets with his sister, and he also introduces Anfisa to his sister.
Nice to meet you. So welcome to America. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's very different from Russia.
Is it?
So what do you think?
No.
Can we stop the presses? Apparently, Russia is not like America. Thank you, Anfisa. Back to you. Duh.
So are you wanting to work here?
Yes, I was thinking about pursuing a modeling career.
Ooh, another awkward silence. I'm just gonna, if my throat wasn't sore, I'd be drinking that. 4 awkward silences. I love it.
Have you done that before?
No.
No?
She's good with pictures. And she's beautiful.
Oh, is she beautiful? Oh, shit, Georgia. I didn't fucking know that. You almost went 5 whole minutes without reminding me that she's beautiful. I kind of forgot. Every time I looked in her face, I forgot. But now that, I zoomed out and I saw the rack. Thank you, George. Yes, she's so beautiful. Wow. Do you eat that ass for breakfast, George? Because you should. So the sister explains that she is just concerned that maybe Anfisa is using George. And for all intents and purposes, George's sister, the one that I know, he said he has 5, is so, about him, on his side, really wants him to do well. She's such a good sibling. And this dude is such a bonehead. He doesn't see that she's constantly trying to protect him. It's George. George, you should have actually just told your sister, I want them titties in my face. Not from you, sis. God. So for Anfisa. And they're on out. And then maybe, his family could have been like, George, we understand that you have a lack of titties in your face, but maybe you can apply yourself and, get some titties elsewhere. Maybe a strip club, George. I don't know.
Almost like it was meant to be.
Is it? George. I love the idea of soulmates, George. I love the idea. And I'm being serious. I'm not being facetious, yo. Of the fact that you can be anywhere in the world and somehow the person who is meant to be is making their way to you right now, if they haven't already. I love that idea. That's not what's happening here, George. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is you're doing the talking with the wrong head is what's your pee-pee is making all the decisions. And as we have learned as a man, when you start making decisions with your pee-pee in life, once you come back to sobriety, you realize that most of the time you're wrong. Ask Bill Clinton or anyone else who's put their pee-pee in the wrong hole. You know what I mean?
She seemed very cold to me. I want to get those questions answered.
So at the end of the day, George's sister is like, look, I think she's pretty cold. I don't know if she's really using George or actually loves him. And she, in the nicest way possible, she was basically saying, I think George is getting the runaround. And to her credit, I think so as well. But to Anfisa's credit, whenever I see her, I think, okay, there's a chance that she, again, will realize that she needs George. And I'll talk to you about that later. But like I said, I don't know if she understands or realizes at this point that she might be codependent on him, but we're gonna see the fact that she is.
I were trying to date a girl that looked as beautiful as you here, that would definitely never happen. So I think that...
George, you're even admitting it at this point that in America, you wouldn't even have a chance with a hottie. So you had to literally outsource yourself, which is what many slimy men do to a woman who need to be opportunistic because their lives have not been as fortunate as people in different countries. So thanks, George. Thank you for saying that. It's really nice. I know he didn't mean it like that, but he fully outed himself.
I've heard about the idea of Russian mail-order brides, and I think why not? If some men can find their love in the United States, why can't they find a girlfriend somewhere else, like in Russia?
I mean, okay, that's never worked, but all right. When you refuse to work on yourself and be a better person or a person who attracts people, you just resort to getting Russian brides. That's a good theory. Also, Anfisa at no point denies this. At the very end, she's like, I'm not like that. Feels a bit late.
With us, it's a real relationship.
Ooh, I love how people... with us, it's a real relationship, I guess. Yeah, if I had to pick the words to describe us, it would be a real darn tootin' relationship. A heavy and hot relationship.
Since I came to America, we've been living in a hotel, but right now George is looking for an apartment.
So after that riveting conversation with Sis and the fact that George is like, hey, we love each other, right? They're now back to apartment hunting while living in a hotel.
Did you find an apartment?
No, I didn't find anything. I went to check out a couple spots
She reminds me of a cat, like a cat with an attitude who's just sitting there, and I was like, did you do it? She's just sitting there on the bed like, did you find an apartment? Come on. Come on, George. Please. I've been here 2 days. You have not done shit. Like, I don't even know who to side with because he's clearly got some secrets. I can't side with him. This dude is not telling the truth. She's sitting there like a cat, not applying herself. But she can't. She's not in the country available to work, so I can't even blame her. What else are you gonna do?
Anfisa's getting more and more frustrated. And I am worried that if I don't find an apartment soon, Anfisa's gonna want to go back to Russia.
Why didn't you find an apartment before, dude? The silence says it all. He just didn't think about it. Dude, too busy smoking, getting high on his own supply to understand exactly what the hell happened. He got her here to the country and is now starting to, you know, she's not a patient woman as well. I love how you didn't think about this, George. Now you're gonna have to tell her things. The fact is, George lies about a lot of things and doesn't ever want to communicate them. So he doesn't. He suppresses them. And instead of communicating with her, they end up always just having lies in the relationship. And it's George. It's not even her. And he refuses to tell the truth. And this is what happens. My boy cannot hold a relationship.
It's difficult for me to get an apartment because
I'm gay? I'm black. What is it? I have 2 penises. I got a monobrow. I have buck teeth. What is it?
if I've been convicted of a felony,
Oh.
a criminal background. I told you that I work in the medical marijuana industry. When I started, it wasn't as legal.
Oh, shit. Oh, god damn. He went to prison. They do criminal background checks on people. Damn. This is why he's been living in hotels his whole life. God. George, why didn't you tell Anfisa this so she understood the circumstances before making the decision? You can't do this to a partner. You can't give them half of the truth because you want to seem like a whole person. You gotta do the right thing. Give them all of you. Be like, this is me. This is the good. This is the bad. Do you accept? Because I tell you, there'll be people out there who's like, yeah, sure, this is the good, this is the bad. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has both. You just got to find a person who's willing to accept that. But if you don't even say that it exists, then you're just lying to the person. So now if she gets angry, I'm not even going to be mad at that. Because you just withheld the truth from someone because you wanted to look like a better person. That is what we call a bitch move.
I went to jail for a few days. I just didn't want to worry
Wow,
you.
you've been dating for a year and you never told me that you're a criminal?
A smooth criminal. I've been selling weed. I've been selling weed in California, and they didn't make it legal. Anfisa, are you okay? Anfisa, are you okay? Are you okay, Anfisa?
I didn't know how to tell you,
Don't tell
like,
me that now.
Can't hit the high note, sorry.
ever since I told Anfisa about my past, she's been acting a little cold and distant. And to make things worse, I still haven't found us a place to live.
You know, I don't even know what to say, George. Like, I'm trying to be Team George here. Okay, but you got a name that starts with a J and pronounced with a G. If George Lopez was spelled with a J, I would hate him. Sorry, I love him, but I would hate him if it wasn't. And secondly, you lied. You lied, man. You lied. It's not okay.
Just get over it already?
No, I cannot get over it.
What? But why?
Because it's the principle. It's the, George, if you build a relationship based on a house of cards, it's gonna fall, George. Because if you lie to start off a relationship, that is the foundation of it. You don't build a house with fake cement and then pretend that it's gonna stand up. If you start your relationship with good values, then you can build off of it. Whatever you started off with is how you build off of it. You're gonna have to break this shit down and build it again at some point, George. Because she's not gonna trust you because she knows you've been lying. Georgie.
Sometimes Anfisa acts like a 4-year-old. Maybe I can distract her with something sweet.
Wow. Yep, so apparently to make up for him lying, he then buys her donuts and coffee. Do you understand? Like, you like seeing the pattern in this relationship. To make up for something, he will buy something. He also, for some reason, accepts any form of blame, always says sorry, and thinks a gift is the thing to make up for it. He can't actually use his words or any method of communication to explain himself. Therefore, they have 0 communication skills.
You don't take care of me, you don't feed me.
Yes, I do. Last night it was late and I went out and got you what you wanted.
So, it's normal. It's not something you should be proud of.
God damn. You don't feed me, you don't do nothing. Last night, yeah? Well, don't even, shit. Don't even, that's not even, don't be proud of that. Ooh, she's really possesses a lot of qualities that every good girl possesses. Looks, that's it.
The wife should stay at home and take care of the house and kids.
Yeah, because the house is gonna keep moving if you don't tie it down, right? And the kids that you have definitely just running around like little teeter-taters. Yep. So basically, since the house is not moving and the kids aren't there, you're just sitting like a plop-plop. Cool, fine. You know what? I'm not even gonna blame you. George wanted you like this, so be it.
I finally found something through a friend of a friend.
Kind of noisy.
And I'm really excited to show her our new apartment.
Always lovely when you find something through a friend of a friend. You know that's a solid and good plan. Whenever something is through a friend of a friend, you know it's trustworthy and 100% guaranteed.
It's free real estate.
So how do you like it?
Yeah, looks new.
Anyway, through a friend of a friend, George manages to seal a deal on the house, finally getting his apartment and moving things in the right direction with Anfisa, who seems to hate him because she rolls her eyes back so much.
This apartment is okay for now, but after we get married, I would like to have a big house with a pool, with big windows.
Nice.
A lot of food.
Yeah. What else you like? I like a Big Mac, but we both dreaming.
Right before I came to America, I lived with my grandmother.
What I don't know, like, in this situation, who to even, like, look at and be like, dude. Because Anfisa is like, if you don't apply yourself, at some point, this shit is gonna bite you in the ass. Like, you're 20, you don't know how to cook, clean, do nothing. You have zero responsibility. Like, I understand some people get through life like that, but that's bullshit. Having zero life skills is a, you know, fantastic way to get your ass handed to you later in life. And for George, if you told her she didn't need to do any of this and are now expecting this, what is wrong with you? Why would you even say that in the first place? Dude, you're setting yourself up for failure by allowing her to expect that. That's so stupid.
Grandma does all that.
Turn it? Okay,
Why
there,
it keeps making sound?
because it's on light. That's just to light it.
Do you see what I mean, George? She's gonna burn down the house and then call the damn DJ because she was trying to dial 911 and missed. Okay? I can't believe this, man. She doesn't know what fire is. She's an actual Neanderthal. Even they knew what fire was.
Is it boiling yet or not? I don't know.
Stick your hand in it. Find out. Fuck around and find out, bitch.
I really don't know how to do this.
You put pasta in the water and then magically, you know, like goddamn magic, at some point it's edible. Now that we've learned how to cook, this should be fine.
That should be good.
Ooh, all that salt. Very nice.
Now we got a place. Hopefully things will settle down and we'll both be more ready to walk down the aisle.
Wow, that really does look like a pile of shit. But hey, I think it's a cute moment nonetheless. Two people who can't cook trying to cook is cute. Two people attempting things because they have some sort of relationship with each other is very cute. And, you know, in a very sweet, sincere moment, George not only pretends to like it, but says he loves it. And you know food is good when you're hunched over like you're about to throw it back up. You know it's good.
Hi guys, welcome to Comforts of Home. How are you?
Hi.
Pretty great. How about yourself?
Good, good.
So after a genuinely somewhat nice scene of these two getting along, which is rare, the next day they're finding furniture for their new apartment because Anfisa needs that upgraded furniture.
And
King size bed.
okay, so you don't want to go too small then.
They're gonna need a California king-size bed mixed with like an Egyptian bed, mixed with a Alaskan salmon bed.
On the bed
Oh,
size.
look at him.
Oh shit, okay. I was just playing. God damn. It's funny when I say it. I'm not married to him. I don't have to kiss him every night. You do. What are you doing? It's your husband. God damn it, man. Imagine if he was like, she talk like this, she's a stupid. What the fuck was that, Anfisa?
The looks of my partner are not really important as long as he has nice personality. I was gonna add and money, but no.
Yeah, that would be because you don't seem to be a person who likes money.
Hello, I like money.
But yes, Anfisa likes personality over looks and not money. Thanks.
She's ready to fall asleep in her bright bedroom set.
Yeah, and you'll sleep on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude who sold her the bed must have been like, whoa, just smile and nod to me. Just, oh, all right, you guys need anything? I'll be right here. Okay. It's got to be the most awkward thing, like, ever to see these two people in action.
I know that the wedding dress is going to be important to Anfisa.
After getting that fantastic bed, the next thing is, before the marriage, of course, to get a wedding dress. And, of course, again, Anfisa's not paying for it. George is. How much do you think the wedding dress is going to cost?
I didn't want to get anything, like, very expensive.
Hi, welcome to Panache Bride on Beverly Hills.
But Anfisa she has this thought that if it's more expensive, it's better.
Where do you think she got that thought from? You know what I mean, George? You pulled up in an Audi R8 and asked if she liked it. You know what I mean, George? You know what I mean. George, I wonder where she gets the idea that you have money from. Must be from your big fat mouth telling her.
I am a little worried of how much this could cost.
So, Anfisa, tell me a little bit about what you're looking for.
I don't want like a big dress. I just...
Holy shit, her name is Chanel, like the purse. Is everyone in Beverly Hills named after some brand? Do you have like Gucci Mane, maybe? Oh my god. It is. Is there a Louis Vuitton Don? Oh my god, that's Kanye. What the hell have I been doing my whole life?
What about price point? What are you comfortable with?
What is your most expensive dress?
Our most expensive dress would be $45,000.
Not bad. Pay it.
Is that okay?
One day, it's your special day. My special day is Tuesday. I'll pay any amount for that day. It's one day, bro. Actually, honestly, I don't know who my wife is gonna be, but I'm gonna tell her it's a dress, but then I'm gonna get the curtain off my wall. I'm just gonna sew it up. I'm gonna say it's a Louis Vuitton and then slap it on her ass, and then we'll see how that goes. So
now that she knows about the $45,000 dress, I'm worried that Anfisa's not gonna be happy till she gets it.
So then George says whatever makes you happy, even though he doesn't want to pay that money, which is a conflict of interest. But she then tries on different dresses, and he seems to like the ones that are cheaper.
Seeing Anfisa in that dress reminds me of why I fell in love with her. She looks stunning.
Oh, shit, man. We almost forgot that she looked good. That's the reason you fell in love with her, because of how she looks. I almost went 3 minutes without realizing that you think she's beautiful and nothing else. Thank you, George, for reminding me. I'll add another one to the list for that. Also, thought it was bad luck to see your woman's in a dress, in the wedding dress before the wedding. And if that's true, then it is right.
Oh, it's nice. I really like it.
It definitely showcases your figure beautifully.
Showcases her fake boobs, doesn't it? Beverly Hills 101. Mm-hmm.
And what would be the price for something like this?
This one is just under $10,000.
Yeah. For that curtain, $10,000 for it. I don't know if I can afford that, thank you very much. How much do men's suits go for, by the way? I want a really dapper suit, you know, like white, blue, purple, black, red, yellow. I would like a just South African flag as a suit, and I would like to wear it.
I think you'll really like the next one.
I think you'll really like the next one. He's like, oh my fucking god, what the hell? I'm in so much debt right now. No, don't worry, it's like 20,000. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fake my death. She then tries on the 45,000 dress, and whore George asks, hey, how does that work? And she's like, you have to pay like at least half. So he's trying to put a payment plan on that wedding and slash dress.
Well, let's get you back in the changing room. I'll go forth and pull the dress.
Bruh, that is the face of a man who's contemplating his life decisions. When you lean into that double chin and you're like, God, why did I do this? I don't like it. Yeah, man. He put his hands together. He's praying to the lords that he didn't even believe in before. You need someone.
Well, I think maybe it might be some time to maybe just go home, think about it.
I think you should go home, think about it. No, I thought about it. This is a curtain that you put on my lady and then charge me money for it. I don't like that.
Why don't you?
Wow. You know, obviously, I don't have 20,000 in cash right now.
Oh, wow. So she's, again, from the first fight of before when he couldn't afford the Chanel bag, the $10,000, now he can't afford a $45,000 dress. And again, she's mad at him. Good relationship, guys. Awkward silence type beat.
She likes to be bossy, and I kind of like that. I kind of like her firmness of, you know, her standing her ground, but I'll also stand my ground too. So, you know, that's where conflict comes into play.
No, you usually just lie, and then she gets angry at you, and then you buy her something, and then say sorry. Like, this is the relationship that we're having at the moment. This is the beauty of a relationship like that. It is probably one of the worst ones I think I've ever seen from the from the get-go. If this was a locomotive, it would not move. It would maybe go backwards.
I'm not that wealthy to like compensate for all of the things that you like.
Ooh, but maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have to compensate with wealth. Maybe some people, you know, when you have a beautiful relationship, it's not about compensation. It's about what you can give the other person and then what they can fill in terms of the blanks. And then together you make like one piece of the puzzle. But George is like, I'm fat and I am big money bags. He like wants to compensate. He's not even a bad dude. I feel like he's pretty patient. He has some good skill sets. He just wants something that might be out of his reach right now in terms of physicality and is putting himself through the ringer just to get it.
Everything's still new and she's still adjusting to things. She doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to clean.
That's shit. What do you, in 5 weeks, you go, you sell your weed, you come home, you clean, you cook. What? All this for some pussy, for some butt stuff? What are you doing? What is she offering in the bedroom that is making up for everything? What are those fake cans made out of? Do they supply life juice that I'm not aware of? What am I missing here? Is it fair to say that that we don't even think she's that attractive? I mean, objectively speaking, she looks like a horse. Hey, Hennessy, it'll get you drunk. I just feel like this is not worth it, man.
A few names of some tasteful photographers to start building her portfolio.
What's that?
Okay, so apparently, especially when it comes to entertainment, even though she can't legally work, George is like, hey, you want to become a model? Let me get you some photo shoot stuff. So he calls up some tasteful photographers so that she could potentially become a model with some of the things that she is doing, some of the pictures that she's going to take. So George is being proactive about her actually pursuing her career, which is nice.
You told me photo shoots are more expensive. Like, I don't see pictures of some celebrities.
Oh, you want TMZ is what you want. You don't need to do your makeup at all. All you need to do is do some dank shit. You'll end up right there with the other celebrities. You just won't be on the page that you want to be on. But if that's what you're talking about, you got it, girl.
This one looks nice.
So you want to try to get this photographer?
Yeah.
Should we call or?
No.
No, let's just wait till he calls us.
Yeah, you know what? For once, I'm just like, come on, George, be a little more proactive here. I don't know what it is. I don't know if any girl or any partner likes a super passive person, but he's like, there's the number. Should I dial it or carrier pigeon? Maybe I can telekinesis. Maybe I can just... Are you free? Oh, they're closed. George, if you're gonna do something, do it.
Modeling and flaunting her body is not the type of behavior that I would want my wife to do.
Okay, then tell her that, George. Don't tell us. Tell her that I am not okay with someone doing that. And if you guys need to have a conversation about that, you will. And if your values do not align, you'll have to find someone whose values do, or you will compromise one way or another. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. If you're not happy, it's not like you'll get used to it and eventually be okay with it. You're gonna hold a grudge. And when you start fighting, you're gonna bring it up. That's what happens when you suppress things, okay? Why am I talking like he's here?
Wondering, what are the rates for a photography session? But ultimately, I want her to be distracted and doing some type of activity while I'm at work.
So are you looking for acting headshots?
No. I like that. I really like that. George is distracting her like she's a literal baby playing with like the key. He's jangling the keys. And then when he's done with his work, he gives her the sippy cup because she can't be left alone. I love that. He's distracting his partner because she's just incapable of being independent. This is a good look for you guys.
Can I do topless pictures?
Nice. This is good. This is good. It's a little joke, a little teaser for George, who seems very happy that his to-be wife is going to be posing with her, unmentionables out. That's fantastic. Glad we have this relationship.
Over my dead body.
It's his problem.
It's like, I think that I'm just not getting it. There's a lot of guys who like to be passive and they enjoy the idea of the passive lifestyle of, okay, you tell me what you want to do, I'm just gonna do things in the background and be done with it. Like, you know, they have, like, usually in a relationship you have someone and then someone who might oftentimes take the back seat. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like I don't do it, so it's harder for me to understand. But just him constantly following her with the bags and everything, it's like, at some point I feel like she's not even gonna respect you if you're so passive you can't even stand up for what you believe in. I could be wrong here, so I'm going out on a limb saying that. Maybe passive people are amazing. I don't know.
I was like, who's that gorgeous girl there? And it's a mirror and it's me.
She's like Zlatan Ibrahimovic if he had no talent and many other problems.
My first impression is she's a little bit shorter than what you would consider a standard height.
Oh, okay, Anthony. Well, you know, the problem with you, Anthony, is you might have not the standard studio in which most models go to. So maybe if you just shut the fuck up and take the pictures. Imagine paying someone to do things and they're like, ooh, That's tough. You'll need to grow. Take the damn pictures, Anthony. I understand the stigma with models. Like, you gotta be 6 foot. I could never be a model. I'd never be handsome enough and apparently tall enough. If I was taller, I'd be handsome. I'm ugly because I'm shorter. Oh, what a terrible thought. I mean, it's true for her, but like, God, you don't have to say that, Anthony. Just take the picture. Imagine if the person on your passport was like, oh, you need to be a little prettier to travel to another country, you hoe.
So we're gonna get started with your hair and makeup.
I'm not exactly sure how much she knows about the modeling industry, but I don't want to like make her mad.
Then maybe you shouldn't, Anthony. Maybe shut the hell up, Anthony. I'm sorry, Anthony. I don't know you, but I know you well enough to know that you're not doing this professionally. So shut up. All right. So then Anfisa gets her makeup done by this person who gives some solid like advice, or like not advice, basically questions George into like, hey, if she's going down this path, how you guys gonna do this and that? And she's just speaking from experience, and I think it's a good question. And she asked these hardball questions that George always has been dodging, but now he can't.
And I mean, what does that make you feel like? Because they're gonna be like, oh, let me take you to dinner, let me do this, let me do that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Alright, here's my thing about like if your partner is very attractive and beautiful. Hopefully everyone else sees the same thing, and if they don't, that's fine. You see it. As with everyone, I say it too, you know. If someone else is thinking you're beautiful, that's correct. Their eyes would be perfectly fine. It's what you do with the situation that counts. If you're reacting to that or seeking validation, maybe I'm not the right person for you. However, if you're able to navigate that and still say that my eyes are the ones that you want on you, fantastic. I feel the same way. Maybe sometimes if people think that about a guy, girl, whatever, it just depends on how you react to the person and how you respect your partner. So maybe it pays to be less insecure and more like, oh, yes, she is beautiful, or yes, he is beautiful. Look all you want. I'm the one taking him or her home.
I mean, I can't hold her as a slave and keep her in my basement.
Oddly specific. R. Kelly? Come on, what the hell was that? I mean, I can't hold her in my basement at 3 a.m. The one with the door to the left where you have to push it back and there's a shoe closet, and if you push it hard enough, there's a secret trap door and you just open that and it comes out. I wouldn't do that. Not like I've been working on that for years. Weed isn't paying too well. I think maybe, you know, beep beep, trafficking. I'm gonna close that basement.
How do you guys deal with jealousy in your relationship?
We fight.
George compressing that couch over there, man. The couch is like screaming like, what the fuck did I do to deserve this?
That looks really good.
You okay?
God damn, girl. I like, Oh, I take everything I say back. Ooh, you single? Ooh. Oh, shit. I'm joking.
I think it's cute when George gets jealous. It shows that he cares about me.
Your body a little bit. Just kind of twist. There you go. Gorgeous.
You know what? She took George on the photo shoot and stuff. Like, it's not like she did it alone. And I know, it's not as sweet when you realize she couldn't drive and she needed him to chauffeur her around. But still, you know, cute.
I hope fame and fortune isn't more important to her than me.
I hope fame and fortune isn't more important to her than me. As she stands almost topless, looking at the pictures in which she hopes to show the world. That's funny, George. You a comedian? You George Costanza? What is this? Huh? What is that? Huh?
Our relationship, as best as I can describe it, is pretty amazing. It's just getting better and better by the day.
By better, do you mean worse? And by day, do you mean month? If so, correct? Ooh, awkward silence.
The initial engagement, as far as giving her a ring, hasn't happened yet.
Okay, so apparently, you know, everything just gets swept under the rug. Like, nothing ever gets resolved with these two. She became a lingerie model, then stopped, perhaps. We never hear anything about it after that. All of these, like, half-assed plans for both of them just go down the drain. But today is engagement ring time. Not only did she maybe not get the dress, but now she's potentially getting the ring or not. Like, I don't know if he's actually getting anything for her, but we're gonna have a look at the rings.
So I see you're in the engagement ring section.
Yes, definitely.
Do you have like a dream ring in mind?
Pop-Tart, my finger, one of the most beautiful girls ever, and then she eats it, and I'm like, hey, share it. That's my dream ring. All right.
So, a silhouette that's really popular, actresses like Blake Lively and so on, they have ovals.
Oh, actress Blake Lively has it. Well, pass. Not because she's bad. It's just because I don't have Ryan Reynolds money. That aviation gin isn't like Hennessy. Hennessy. It's not aviation gin, so I don't get paid as much. You know what they say? The man has to give 3 months of his salary to buy the ring. And for me, that would be, $3, $4 max.
Now, this is a 3-carat oval. And just so you get an idea, this ring is going to be about $75,000.
Oh, you must be kidding. Surely you just, bitch. You say 75 flowers? What did you say? What? 75, Yep, no, love is not that strong.
What about bigger?
I'm sorry, did you say the N-word or something? You didn't say bigger, because I am no way. You might as well have said that word, because that's somehow the lesser of the two evils right now. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
So the retail on this is $300,000.
When I heard that the ring cost $300,000, I thought like, I like it.
We should be able to do this for $150,000 for you.
What do you mean by that?
You know what? That's you dirty, dirty lady, you. Are you kidding me? Did she just say the ring cost $300K, but I could do it for $150? Does that not just show you the absolute lack of an importance that diamonds have in society? Like, if you can literally whittle the price down to half for no apparent reason, what is the actual value of that diamond? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand. It's a symbol of your love and all that shit. I get it. I mean, I like a nice big ring. I have always said, I want like a woman type ring. I don't know why the men's ring is so like bland. But at the same time, I would not make my partner pay money for that. I'll either get it myself or get the Pop-Tart for real, because I would rather have that and a beautiful, strong marriage than have a stupid idiot ring. $150,000 for a diamond, $300,000. What's its actual worth? What is love actually worth? If you buy a more expensive ring, do you really love someone more? I just don't like that capitalistic bullshit. I'm sorry to get political, but if you want to get not political, Hennessy, not only won't you talk about Trump, or any other type of dance, you'll probably throw up on a lawnmower. Alright.
I think the ring shows how much he loves me. If he proposed to me with some cheap ring, I think I'm not gonna marry him.
Damn. Oh, you know what? She's right. I was wrong. Shit. Always listen to the person who's so plastic that if you put her in the microwave, she'll disintegrate. You're right. She knows the truth.
That's too much.
No. Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. I like that. I like that one. I don't think this rhymes, but happy husband, you'll get to stay in the house? Is that a good one? Or happy wife, happy... 150,000, happy wife, happy life. That's how much it costs to make her happy? Shit, my last name better be Gilmore, because I gotta be smacking balls or something to get that money.
There's one thing about being reasonable, and one thing going over budget, and one thing making me a slave for the rest of my life. We have to be reasonable.
Weird choice of words with the slave for the rest of my life thing, George. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't say it, but hey, up to you, buddy. All right, bro. Weird choice of words is all I'm saying.
George and I need to have a talk about money. He made me a lot of promises, and now I'm here, and he's not coming through.
So this leads to the pivotal scene, the scene that I chose to end part 1 on. And I think it's an important scene to showcase their relationship fully. At this point, it's like, she hasn't fully announced that she's a gold digger. She hasn't said, I want you because of the money. She's now realizing she needs to come clean and actually, I wouldn't say come clean, but like enforce to George, this is the reason that I've been doing this. So this is the scene where they go out to eat some Russian food, and Anfisa basically says, hey, you weren't rich, I probably wouldn't be your bitch.
The budget has to be in a reasonable means.
Why don't you compromise?
Why don't I compromise?
Yeah, maybe you should sell your car.
Oh, that car is honestly useless, man. You bought it because you thought she would think it's nice. She hates it. Oh, you can't even park the shit. You can't even put anything in it. Sell it, George. She's right.
You have to be reasonable.
Happy wife, happy life. I am very reasonable.
You're right. She's reasonable. She's been so reasonable since I've come to know her. She's the most reasonable person ever in George's mind. So...
I'm not asking you to buy a ring for $1 million or a dress for $1 million.
Yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true.
I'm not asking you to buy a house for $10 million or a dress for $1 million, okay? I'm not asking you to, get me $10 billion house that moves into the sky whenever I want. I'm just asking for a normal mansion that Jim Carrey has, because you look like him, minus the funny, you know?
Yes, I know, but
But what?
what if I can't get those things? Then what?
Too bad then. He says that my expectations are too high, that I want too much, but that's what he promised me when we just started dating, so obviously I'm gonna expect it.
You can't even blame her for saying that. If this dude genuinely said, hey, I'm gonna get you all the stuff. If this dude was like, I'm a millionaire, baby, I'll get you anything you want, and then she comes here and he's like, I'm sorry, I can get you a McDonald's Happy Meal. Whose fault is that really? She came with the pretense of him doing that. It feels like she got catfished in a weird sense. This is just promising more than he can actually provide. And that's a problem.
We met, you promised me all those things.
So what? But it doesn't matter. A relationship isn't based on material items.
You can't just say so what. That's not an actual argument in life. You can't. There's no court in the world that's like, Mr. Anderson, you killed these people. So what? So what? You said you wouldn't. So what? I lied. It's a big deal. Obviously, I'm a murderer. What is this about, George? You can't say so what and it's all okay. If you promised her these things and you expected change, shame on you.
I think you're just like wrapped up in like Hollywood and Beverly Hills, and it's like you have to step down to reality.
You take her there. Do you understand this? You take her to all these places and you probably promised her that just to get her here. Then you're blaming her for not being okay with you providing less than what she actually... Oh, George, why would you do this?
What if I didn't have the ability?
Then I wouldn't be sitting here with you now.
So you're basically saying that you're just dating me because I can buy you things.
I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke George. What are you literally in the 11th hour figuring out that maybe your fat ass is not the most, just not the most viable partner for her? Are you seriously thinking now that maybe it's the money? George. Oh, he reacted like she didn't. So you're saying if I didn't have money, you wouldn't be with me? Yes. What? What the? You said I look like Channing Tatum. You meant Paul Giamatti, didn't you? God damn it.
That's not right. I don't think that's love.
Women, hand me my spatula. I need to slap a man across the face. You don't think that's love, do you? You don't think someone only wanting your money is love? Yeah. All right. Okay, well, welcome to population you just now realizing this, huh?
So basically you're saying if I can't provide, I'm worthless to you.
I don't understand what's wrong about it. If I was ugly and fat, would you be dating me?
God damn, that is the most inappropriate, unintentional, indirect diss that I've ever seen. She's like, if I was a ugly fat shit, would you date me? Insinuating that he's a ugly fat shit. Wow. That sucks. That really hurts. God damn it. I mean, she basically alluded to the fact. She basically said, physically, I don't find you attractive. And if you didn't have the money or the means to support, to back up what you are as, personality-wise, I wouldn't be with you. And she's just being truthful. And it's like, yes, it's really, vapid and stupid and horrible in the grand sense of things. But why put yourself through it if you don't have to? If you're looking at yourself and you're George, why are you sitting here accepting this? It's very easy to look at Anfisa and be like, oh, what a shallow pool she is. This dude is constantly stepping in the pool with his floaties trying to swim when it doesn't even get up to his knees. Whose fault is it really?
You keep wanting more and more. When is the end?
Never.
I hope George gets it. The scene ends with him saying, when will you actually get everything you want? When will I be able to provide financially everything? And she says, never. Because of course, George, you gave her all of this promise and you never fulfilled it. And even when you do, she's constantly gonna want more because she understands she's materialistic. And material wealth, people who are materialistic always want more. Just like people who do drugulations. It's the same thing. You get a first initial bump and it feels good, but the more you do it, it feels bad. Have you ever done retail therapy? If you keep doing it, it numbs you. Anything you do too much, you get desensitized to. George, you just created a monster, and then you enabled that bitch, and now you don't think it loves you. God, I would love to feel sorry for you, George, I just don't. I want to talk to you about like how the series is gonna go a little bit. Like I sort of like talked about it a while back. As we'll see in the next episodes, if you like it, by the way, please let me know if you want to see more. You'll see like Anfisa and him like splitting, but then coming back together. And like the reason isn't love. It's the codependency of two people who are unable to live without the validation of each other. And I don't know if that says a lot about their self-worth or lack thereof, or just the fact that they're not able to be independent. But as I've learned in my time, especially this year, being independent allows you to be dependent on someone. If you can be fully independent, it means when you do ask for dependency, when you are with someone, you allow yourself to be that full version. You are so much more appreciative of when people give themselves to you, if you know they don't need you to be there. I think it's a very sweet thing, but it's not this, so I was just saying. To anyone who's a simp, stop. Just stop. You can do better. And to anyone who's letting the person simp, stop. Stop enabling that man or woman. You can do better. This is a PSA from Leo. Do better, drink some Henny, hug a person, and I'm out. I'll see you on the next episode of This Is Trash, 90 Day Fiance. Take care.
She ain't even gotta ask, she did a dash and bit it last. You know it dash and she know